Hello everyone. Today we will discuss the structure and position of the human kidney. Here you can see in the figure that there are two kidneys. Humans have a pair of kidneys located on either side of the backbone on the posterior surface close to the dorsal inner wall of the abdominal cavity. In this figure you can see that left kidney is positioned higher than the right one. This is right kidney and this one is left kidney. Okay, so you can see that left kidney is positioned higher than the right one in man. This is higher. Okay, in the man. It is because of the location of the liver, which is large in size. The structure of the kidney is bean shaped, and about the length of the kidney is about 10 centimeter long and 6 centimeter wide. Okay, and the thickness is near about 2 to 3 centimeter and weight is near about 150 gram. Clear? The part towards the center, this is center part, towards the center on the concave side. Okay, this side is concave. So towards the center on the concave side, the part of the kidney is known as hilum. Okay, this is hilum, which is this part is known as hilum, from where the renal arteries, veins and ureters enter. Ureter arises from the hilum part only. This one is hilum part, already I have shown. So you can see that ureter arising from that part only, hilum, in the median surface of each kidney and connects behind with the urinary bladder. Clear? In the lower part of the abdomen. Let's see the internal structure of the kidney. When we see the vertical section of kidney, we can see so many regions. Here you can see that renal cortex. This is cortex region, outer region. It is the outermost region towards the convex surface of kidney. It contains the glomeruli of the nephrons. Do you know, class, what are nephrons? The kidney is composed of an enormous number of minute tubules which are known as nephrons. Other names are uriniferous tubules or renal tubules or kidney tubules. Okay, all are same. Nephrons or uriniferous tubules or renal tubules or just kidney tubules. It is a functional unit of kidney. Nephron is a functional unit of kidney. After outermost cortex region, there is renal medulla. Here you can see this region is renal medulla. It is divided into a few conical masses called medullary pyramids. Here you can see this region is known as pyramid. Okay, this one is renal pyramid. It contains renal tubules, collecting ducts and blood vessels. We will discuss later the structure of a nephron. So these are the parts of the nephron. I hope it is clear, class, that the kidney is divided into two zones. Outer dark red zone, that is cortex, and inner pale red zone, that is medulla. Okay. Here in this diagram you can see that the ureter, this part is ureter, which entering through the hilum part, okay, and expand to form a, here you can see it expands to form a wide funnel shaped structure, which is known as pelvis. Okay, this wide shaped structure is known as pelvis. Clear? So outer region is known as cortex Okay, inner region is known as, this one is medulla, and this one is medullary pyramid. This funnel shaped structure is pelvis. Clear? When we see the end point of the pelvis, here you can see this end point. This one is pelvis. Here you can see this end point. The pelvis at its free end has a number of cup-like structure, which is cup-like cavities. Here you can see this is known as calyces. Okay, it is known as calyces. Here you can see renal pyramids. These are renal pyramids. So in between the two adjacent renal pyramids, this part is known as renal column. Okay, this part is known as renal column or column of Bertini. I hope class the structure of kidney is clear to you. Each kidney consists of a large number of filtering units called nephrons. Kidney may have more than 1.2 million nephrons. Each nephron is about 3 cm long, and it originates in the cortex region and extends into the medulla region. Structure of a nephron. Let's see the structure of nephron or uriniferous tubule, which is a functional unit of kidney. Each one works as an independent unit and produces urine. The urine collected by various ducts from all the nephrons and is finally poured into renal pelvis. Now let's see the anatomical regions of nephron. Here you can see a cup-like structure. This one, cup-like structure, which is known as Bowman's capsule. It is a cup-shaped hollow structure internally lined by two epithelial layers. In the hollow of the cup, it encloses a network of capillaries. Okay, here you can see this network of capillaries. This one, which is known as glomerulus. Clear? This network of capillaries known as glomerulus. Between the inner and outer epithelial layers is present a cavity of Bowman's capsule. The Bowman's capsule and glomerulus together are called Malpighian capsule or just renal capsule. Glomerulus receives blood from renal artery. Here you can see this one renal artery. This is renal artery. So glomerulus receives blood from renal artery through a branch called afferent arteriole. This branch is known as afferent arteriole. Clear? This is renal artery, and the branch from which it receives blood is known as afferent arteriole, which breaks up into a capillary network. The blood leaves the glomerulus through this one, efferent arteriole. So, glomerulus receives blood through afferent arteriole, and it leaves blood through efferent arteriole. Clear? Which is a efferent arteriole is a narrower and a longer blood vessels than afferent arteriole. Now, the efferent arteriole, this one efferent arteriole, breaks up into a network of capillaries which surrounding the whole of PCT. This is PCT. This part is known as PCT, which is known as full form of PCT is proximal or first convoluted tubule. Loop of Henle, this part is known as loop of Henle, and DCT, this one, this part is known as DCT or full form is distal convoluted tubule. The capillaries finally join together and return the blood to renal vein. Here you can see this is renal vein. Okay, so when capillaries join together, they and return the blood to renal vein. PCT or proximal convoluted tubule, this one is PCT. Proximal or first convoluted tubule is the starting convoluted region of the tubule. Proximal means nearer, that is nearer to the Bowman's capsule. You can see that PCT region is the nearer to Bowman's capsule. Both the Bowman capsules and this one Bowman's capsules and the proximal convoluted part lie in the cortex region of the kidney, that is which gives a dotted appearance in sectional view. Okay, when we see the sectional view of kidney, we can see dotted area in which both Bowman's capsule and the proximal convoluted part lie. After this PCT, next is middle U-shaped part. Here you can see this U-shaped part, which is known as loop of Henle. It is just like a hairpin. It is not convoluted. It runs in medulla to turn back and to re-enter the cortex to continue into the next convoluted region of the tubule. Is it clear, class? Loop of Henle is in the form of a U-shaped. Here you can say it is in the form of U-shaped loop, and continuing from PCT, it descends down from cortex into medulla region and again returns back after forming a loop. Here you can say, here you can see that it descends down from cortex into medulla region and again returns back, okay, after forming a loop. Now, descending limb of loop of Henle is relatively thin and long and is freely permeable to water. It is lined with flattened cuboidal epithelial cells with very few microvilli and mitochondria. Clear? And I was talking about this descending limb of loop of Henle. Now, what about ascending? This one, ascending limb of loop of Henle. It is comparatively thicker and is composed of flattened cuboidal epithelium with microvilli and mitochondria. It is impermeable to water and sodium chloride. Now, after loop of Henle, there is the next part, DCT, this one, which is the full form of DCT is distal convoluted tubule. It is the second coiled and twisted tubule that continues from the ascending limb of, this is ascending limb of loop of Henle. So, DCT is the continuous from the ascending limb of loop of Henle. It is located in the renal cortex and is relatively shorter in length. Clear? It is lined by cuboidal epithelium. DCT, this one, continues into a short straight, this one, collecting tubule. This is okay. DCT continues into a short straight collecting tubule. It is also present in renal cortex. Clear, class? Collecting tubules of many nephrons open into a large collecting duct. Clear? Which passes downwards from cortex to the medulla region. It is lined by cuboidal epithelial cells. The collecting duct receives the contents of many kidney tubules and pours it as urine in the pelvis of the kidney. Okay. Henle's loop and collecting ducts lie in the medulla, giving it a stripped appearance in a sectional view.